Hi there, this is Angela from the Fabric Candy Shop,
Hi, and I'm Teresa Walker from the Crafty Nuisance.
and we are here today to have a crafty candy chat.
Crafty. I thought we were gonna do like Crafty Candy Chat. We need
Oh,
like a
I know.
cheer.
We really need to finalize that.
Oh, we should have like a theme song because I have like a little clip of music that plays, but maybe we need like a jazzy intro or something.
Maybe.
Hmm. Well, anyway, so I think we're on what episode 5, maybe,
I lost track.
which is good. Like we're getting to the point where we're losing track, so that's good because that
Yes.
means we're putting out more and more of them. So that is good. So okay, on today's agenda, we're going to talk about the Sewcial Sunday and Parade of Progress coming up this Sunday. We're
Mhm.
going to talk about an upcoming series of workshops, and that that's what we were planning to cover,
Yep.
right? Yep.
Yep. We're
Okay.
going to have a really quick one today.
Yep. Okay. So Parade of Progress this coming Sunday, the 22nd. So the way that the Sewcial Sundays are set up right now is we have them on the second and fourth Sunday of the month from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. And then on the fourth Sunday of the month, we do the Parade of Progress an hour early at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then usually that ends up taking until about 2, but we just kind of roll into the open sew time after that. So we wanted to take a second to talk about participating in the Parade of Progress, what it is, and just to remind everybody that Sewcial Sunday is drop in, casual, whenever you're available. And for those Parade of Progress Sundays, that includes that hour. So whether or not you are participating in the Parade of Progress, if you want to come and just hang out and stitch and be the audience for the Parade of Progress, you are totally welcome to do that. You are also welcome to just come at 2 o'clock. So we just wanted to make sure that people knew that the Parade of Progress isn't like an exclusive time that you have to sign up for in advance. The only part that you have to sign up for in advance is sending your pictures in. So the way it works is if you want to participate in the Parade of Progress, which is a chance to show anything that you've been working on. And so we define progress as anything related to doing a project. So stepping into your craft room and maybe looking at fabrics, maybe looking at a pattern, maybe making some blocks, maybe starting to put some rows together, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be like, here's this magnificent thing that I've made. It can be, here's the start that I've made of it. And then if you want to, every month, you can keep giving progress updates on the same project. Lots of people jump around. It's kind of a nice reminder of the things that you need to do or want to do. Um, so it's very flexible because we want to celebrate all of the wins, not just the like final grand thing.
Absolutely. And we also have a lot of people that do literally send in a picture of one block or a group of fabrics that they're
Mm-hmm.
deciding on. So we definitely support all of these things, and we love just having you connect with us and show support and talk about your progress and where you want to go in the direction of whatever project that you're working on.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun and
It,
inspiring to see um the progress of all of our sweet stitchers too, because you can see like, oh, I'm trying out this new thing, and then you get to see it develop, or maybe questions come up, or you just kind of need a little cheerlead from supportive friends who understand what you're doing so that you can get over the hump to finish something. So to participate in that, because we run it as a Canva slideshow, I need your pictures by the Thursday before the Parade of Progress. So for Sunday, I would need your pictures by the end of today, Thursday. If you send them by like midday tomorrow, that would also be okay. We're trying our hardest to get on a schedule, but we recognize that the timing of doing this video is, a little bit of late notice for some people. So And those details are included in the Sweet Stitchers Facebook group and also in the Tasty News weekly, mostly weekly, newsletter from the Fabric Candy Shoppe. So if you're wondering where to find out about events, those are the two places that we recommend that you keep up with, so then you get all of that information and reminders and all that sort of stuff. So when we do the Parade of Progress, everybody gets a chance to, like, I put up the picture on the slideshow. You get a chance to talk about your project, share whatever you want to about it. It doesn't have to be anything super involved. Some people share for a few seconds, some people share for a couple of minutes. It's fine. And it doesn't have to be sewing either, because sometimes we have any sort of general stitching. We had somebody share a beaded lamp that they had made, or a chandelier that they had made. So we want to see all the fun things. And so everybody gets a chance to go around, and then we wrap up. So it's laid back, kind of participate to the degree that you want to, no pressure, but fun. And kind of the same thing for then the Social Sunday. So you can come and hang out if you want to, like for the Parade of Progress, if you do want to participate, you're going to end up talking some degree about your project, but you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. But we want people to feel welcome to participate at whatever level they want to. And hopefully if you're a little nervous about it, or it's not usually something that you jump into, that the environment will help kind of ease you into that. But you're always welcome to talk to me or to Angela and share any concerns that you have. And we're happy to help kind of guide people in who might be a little less gung-ho than others. So yeah, we have a whole bunch of people, and the thing that has been cool and that we keep coming back to is that everybody fits, because it is a place where you can come and feel safe and comfortable and enjoy yourself and fit in just as you are. We are, the land of misfit toys, and it's great. And sometimes we talk about very strange, fun things, like your favorite piece of factory equipment.
Right.
You know,
We do talk about animals a lot.
we do talk about animals a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we have random things that we talk about, and it's a lot of fun. And it's been great having a group that's been kind of steadily building over the last several months. Okay. So we encourage.
One other thing that I want to say about our Sundays is that, and Teresa just talked about this a little bit, but we do have people that pop in periodically throughout the time frame. So you can come at any time. You don't have to be there at 1 or at 2. If you can't make it until 3:30, you can come in. Also, we have people that are joining that are new every single week. So I don't want anybody new feeling like they're coming into a very well-established group. There are a few of us who have been around the whole time, but we welcome anybody and everybody. And even if you just want to come and try it out for half an hour, you have that option to do that. It really is pretty relaxing and pretty free to be able to just hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, and I think for folks who have been to one before know that the end time is sometimes a little bit flexible. So if you think you're catching us at the end, you should probably join anyway, because chances are if we all get talking about something again, we will all just hang on, or at least some of us hang on. So
Yeah.
it's, somewhat flexible. The only thing about timing is if you want to do the Parade of Progress, that you do need to be there for at 1:00 Eastern, so that you can participate whenever your name comes up in the slideshow. But in terms of drop in, you can even drop in during the Parade of Progress.
Right.
The other thing for signing up, we highly encourage everyone to get their Zoom registration in by the Saturday before the Social Sunday, so that we have a chance to get the registration link or the registration approved and the link out to you. We do check again around noon Eastern. And then we usually try again to check the email about, like kind of right after the Parade of Progress ends. But it's a lot harder for us to get approvals for people once the event has started because both of us are sharing our screens and chit-chatting and whatnot.
Right.
So I will include the link to that in this video as well. And we're going to talk about upcoming workshop.
Yep.
So I have been trying to come up with something to teach like a fun project that then we could learn some walking foot quilting, and then we could also learn some binding techniques. So I started playing around with the Ruby Star Best Day Ever collection and came up with a quilt as you go placemat design. And then I've been filling in those, trying to reasonably straighten that, filling in those areas with different walking foot quilting techniques and using serpentine lines and grids and all that sort of stuff. So here's another one.
Beautiful.
Thanks. So all of these things are done with just the walking foot. And then here's the one that I just like hot off the machine. So I was finishing those little hearts in the corner. Show the back of that.
Lovely.
That wedge one down at the bottom is really satisfying. So all of that is done with the walking foot. So we're going to end up doing a set of 3 weeks. And each week is going to be a different topic. And there'll be details of how you can sign up for if you want to do the placemat, the quilting, and the binding, or if you only want to do one or whatever of the set. So you don't need to have made the placemat to be able to do the quilting part or the binding part. There will be options for that. So we are looking at doing that the end of April going into May, most likely a Tuesday, Thursday in the evening, 3 hours each session. So we're going to get all those details put up on the website at the Fabric Candy Shoppe, so you'll be able to see everything. There will also be kits. There will be expansion kit opportunities. I wanted to make sure that everyone was working from the same fabric so that I can talk about things like these hearts and, to be able to use elements in these fabrics that you all are able to look at. So we can talk about like the spacing or issues that can happen with the weave of the fabric if you're trying to line things up, and, how to manage that, and how to also pull elements from the fabric itself for quilting designs and things. So there will be a kit that has almost everything in it. I'm super excited about it. We had a lot of fun. And if you're a Ruby Star fanatic, it's a really good stash builder because there's going to be a fair amount excess. So the idea is that you'd be able to make 2 placemats from the kit. In reality, you'd probably be able to make several more. So some more to come on that. Is there anything?
Well, I just really want to talk about skill level, or
Oh, yes.
Who's welcome and who's going to benefit from this class or these
Yeah,
classes.
thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that, because I often forget that. So I like to do things where there's a lot of bang for your buck. So this looks like, oh my gosh, look at all the crazy fun things. This is so exciting. This is super duper beginner friendly. So not only is it, if you want to just have fun and play, I have had a ball making these. This is not my normal thing. So getting to play around with the fabrics, play around with shapes, and just going for it has been oodles of fun. And it's just been very relaxing and enjoyable. And then getting to play with the walking foot stuff. So the way that I'm going to set up the walking foot quilting part of it, we're going to talk about some basics, starting and stopping your threads, stitch length, managing your placement. And it's nice because this is a small size as opposed to a giant quilt. So you can kind of get your bearings on a smaller project. And for those of you who don't want to do quilting on a giant quilt, you still have the ability to do really awesome quilting with just your walking foot. You don't have to do ruler work. You don't have to do free motion. You can still do really awesome shapes and designs. So we'll go through the basics of it, and then we're going to play. And some of the designs are going to be stitch some lines down this strip. Stitch a line that's maybe a serpentine line. Maybe change the waves of the serpentine line. And you get to see how building these straight lines changes the look of everything. There is nothing in here that a beginner wouldn't be able to do. You know, when you, sorry, look where I'm pointing. When you're looking at the individual things, they're not complicated, but you can put them together in a way that looks really complicated. And the other secret, and don't tell people because people get very, I mean, I'm a glue pinner, so that's already controversial in the world. In your kit, you will get the glorious Sewline combi marker and eraser set. I draw on my fabric and figure out the things that I want to do. And I kind of audition things. And if I draw out a grid and I'm like, it needs something else, maybe I'll slap a serpentine line in there. It's all very free flowing and fun. But if that's not your jam, you could just do different grids. You could do straight lines that are different widths all the way across it. You can choose how involved you get with it. But it's a really nice place to play. And you're only doing it for, 8 inches or something. So if you don't like it, move on. And I think this is probably my best example of that here. This guy, I accidentally stitched on a line that I had not intended to. So I just kept making lines, and I changed the serpentine, and then I added in some straight line, and I just kept sewing. And it looks really cool, and it's nice texture. So yeah. So everybody is welcome. Beginners, totally welcome. The only thing that you need is a walking foot and some ruler, like 6x24 ruler. So you have a good size ruler with 45-degree lines. I like to have all like 30, 60, 45-degree lines because I use all of those for marking things out. But it is very flexible, and it's a very, very forgiving project. And one of the things we're actually going to do at the start of the quilting class, we're going to zoom in on all of my placemats, and we're going to look uncomfortably closely at the stitching so that you can see that from far away, you get the texture and you get all the excitement, but it doesn't mean everything is perfectly done, and that's okay. And things may not be perfectly straight, but the general gist is that you make things blend together and then you don't notice it anymore. So yeah, it's like, yeah. And it's good for anybody who hasn't done walking foot quilting or has done a little bit of it, or maybe you just want the excuse to play and have fun.
Oh, also the bundles are going to have enough fabrics that you're going to have some additional flexibility on the top side too, right?
Yes. Yeah. So, if you are familiar with the Best Day Ever collection, and right now it's not on the Fabric Candy website because we put them into draft mode so we'd be able to make the kits. But there are 3 main prints. I should have grabbed the fabrics. I'll drop a picture of them into this video. So there are 3 main fabrics, and then we've put together different coordinates from the collection along with, I don't have all of the speckleds in these because Angela has them on order. So I did some solids where we're probably going to end up having speckles. But there's a little different vibe to each one of the main prints. And then almost all the kits have all of the coordinates from the collection in like one ice cream cone design and stuff like that. And then we'll have even more colors and speckleds and solids and things like that in the expansion kit. So it's cool that all of them work together, but they all take on a totally different personality depending on what you put. And if you are not a fan of having things be wild and crazy, you can make all of your stripes, solids. Or if you wanted to really make them all the same color, you could do that too. So
Mhm.
it's a lot of bang for your buck and a lot of choose your own adventure. So more to come on that. I will do a separate video walking through all the details for it. So that will make a little bit more sense and kind of what the class is going to be like for the placemat and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be really exciting. I am super proud of it. I'm super excited to bring you all into the space that I've been in for the last couple weeks. It's been a lot of fun, and this fabric is just incredibly happy. So it's a good time for moving into spring and ice cream cones and birds and whatnot. So
Sure.
I really have to stop myself because I could keep talking about this fabric for, yeah, you know me and visiting with my fabrics.
Yeah, and we actually have a new, what do we have coming in? Is it Mystic Fable, I think, is the
Oh,
next baby
yes.
star. I was looking at some of those coordinates, and then Trinketry, that just
Trinketry.
came
Yep.
in, and they all kind of
Yeah.
flow together. They really do.
From
Oh,
other
God.
collections, if you've gotten your trinketry in, several of those patterns, also from Juicy, the hearts and stuff, they all go together. So you are more than welcome to add in other things. I just wanted to have everybody have a common starting point. And if it's not your jam, hopefully it is someone's jam in your life. If not, it will hopefully make you a little bit more relaxed to practice. And I feel that way about blue fabric, and then sometimes I end up making my favorite design on it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's why we decided that we really needed a kit that everybody used the same kit or the general idea of the kits, because we know that not everybody is going to love these fabrics, but the skills that we're all building together is something that we can do, and Teresa really needs to be able to explain everything out, and this is the best way to do it. So
Yep.
she's absolutely right that if it's not your colors, this is such a beautiful project that somebody in your life will love it. So we just
Yeah.
want to, this is just a really fun project. We're really actually really excited about it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm super super excited. And
me too.
one thing we're also going to do, because we have to eventually pick dates and times, which is always a challenge.
It is.
Especially, it's not even just that we're dealing with US time zones, we're dealing with global time zones. So we picked what we could get in reasonably, with things starting to move into summer and potential vacations and whatnot. Um, so if you are interested in it, but it doesn't work with your schedule, there's going to be a spot in the product listing on the website where you can send me an email and say, hey, I was really interested in taking this, but I'm not actually available. This is when I could do it. So then I can keep that kind of on like a wait list. So then when I get enough interest, I can run it again and kind of know that there are people that would be able to sign up for it. So we're still kind of getting our bearings of what's going to work with people's schedules. And it's hard. And I know everybody, we all want to take all the things, and life happens and stuff. So I'm trying to vary when things happen. And if things are popular and people want to keep doing them, we can make kits out of other collections in the future. So,
Yes.
yeah. Well, my doctor's office has called me about 1,000 times because I have a doctor's appointment in about a minute and a half. So I'm going to now hop off to do that. Um, but
All
yeah,
right.
I
Well,
was
thank
looking
you.
at the clock behind me and it's not correct. It's an hour behind. It's like 3 minutes off.
All right.
All right. Well, we will see you all hopefully on Sunday for the Parade of Progress Social Sunday.
Absolutely. All
Awesome.
right. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.